Sunday, August 30th, 2020. I'm back at Boston Commons, and you get the feeling there's something going on here at Commons. There must be something going on. A constant whir of helicopters overhead sort of gives you the indication something's going on. Well, hopefully there's the no mandate project or protest going on today. I'm going to go out and look to see what's going on because it's supposed to be rescheduled for today. And there's definitely a lot of copters circling. That's usually a sign that something's going on here on the Commons. Gotta love it. Socially distanced merry-go-round. Wow. Keeping it clean for the kids. Interesting. Never would have occurred to me, but I guess they've got to be compliant with the new COVID-19 rules. I know there's stuff going on around here somewhere in Boston Commons. Shouldn't be this hard to find a protest, but I'm hoping something shows up the closer I get to the State House. And, you know, we can't have all these helicopters hovering overhead for nothing. Oh well. I think maybe I hear something. I'm going to see if I can head to the top of Beacon Hill and see if there's anybody there. The rest of the Commons is just empty. I mean, well, it's not empty. It's just a normal pile of people here. Let's see what we find out. Okay. I think I'm starting to see bits and pieces of an angry crowd in front of the State House. I'm going to head towards the angry mob and see what everybody's carrying on about. I noticed some other people racing and running towards that direction, so I think I'm going to head that way too. Joe out. The police have just finished setting up barricades. They are blocking all vehicular traffic from entering the area near the State House. They're making this strip of road pedestrian only from the State House. Whew. Since this has become pedestrian only, time for me to join the pedestrian crowd. From far away, looks like a random mix of people. I see American flags. I see Trump flags. This far away I don't see any other flags. I think I might have seen a Black Lives Matter flag earlier, but who the hell knows. Here we go. This is where the rubber meets the vaccine.
But this isn't about COVID. This is about using the fear of COVID to take away the ability and their human rights and decisions for themselves and their children unnecessarily. In Governor Casey's Freedom 1,
public health and smoking cafes.
And all is no science that the flu shot has COVID. The only contraindication for the flu shot is severe anaphylactic reaction with hospitalization to a previous flu shot or severe anaphylactic hospitalization reaction to an ingredient. If you have Guillain-Barré syndrome after your flu shot, you got 6 months of a medical exemption, and then next year, too bad.
Sorry, guys.
There are no exemptions, medical exemptions for encephalopathy, autoimmune conditions, mitochondrial dysfunction, metabolic dysfunction, mast cell dysfunction, thrombosis, asthma, all of which they know can happen to some individuals, not everyone, but to some individuals at the hands of a flu vaccine. We have to pay attention to that whole subset of the population as well and realize you have no right to take away the choice of somebody who had a reaction before. Flu shot is the #1 vaccine paid out of vaccine injury compensation program for adverse reactions. Massachusetts is already the #1 state in the country for voluntary flu shots. What is this about? Control. Politics. It is not about the children, and it's not about COVID. This mandate is unnecessary and discriminatory. You do not raise the rates by force. You raise them by providing increased access to people who want them who cannot afford them. Absolutely. Provided whoever wants to voluntarily, who wants to. This has nothing to do with being against vaccination. This has to do with the right to your own body and the body of our people. In a world where so much unrest, anger, and fear, increasing animosity with mandates would be detrimental and pre-smoking families and children would go up exponentially, who are either not in favor of this vaccine or have an underlying medical dysfunction making them at greater risk of an adverse event. Bullying is known to increase depression, suicidality, social and emotional, physical and academic negative impact. Not totally verbal, and he's been up for the four nights, this last 4 nights straight. I haven't slept, so. When they were babies, every time I took them, they would have a high fever, 105-degree temperature. One went into convulsions, and she had them for 6 months afterwards we were asleep. The other one had 105-degree temperature 48 hours later. I should mind you, the convulsions started within 1 hour, okay? My second one, 105-degree temperature 48 hours after his 18 to 15-month shots. Began having absent seizures, full body hives. He still has full body hives today. He lost all of his language. He lost his ability to imitate. He lost his ability to understand what I was talking about, what I was asking of him, and he couldn't tell me how he thinks or feels. He still can't tell me how he thinks or feels. He can tell me what Disney video he wants, but he can't tell me how he thinks or feels. My youngest, I waited, did not get the hepatitis B shot because I don't have hepatitis B. I got her the vitamin K shot and she stopped breathing the next day. It took me 3 years to find out that that was a rare reaction. But I'm not here to talk about my kids because my mother has been injured by the flu shot 3 times. 3 times coerced and bullied and marginalized into getting it. The first time, she went into the hospital for a week with respiratory illness. Second time, absent seizures, so much so that she forgot how she took her own coffee. The third time was last January, where she ended up in the hospital for 4.5 months with metabolic encephalopathy. That diagnosis only came because I knew what happened, and I made them look, and I made them search. Someone else, they might not have known why. She forgot the ability to answer questions. That's my story. Parents and guardians are the first responders for every family. Every knee break, nipple, seizure, every life event, every triumph, every torment. decisions. It is proven history passing laws that limit and frown upon discrimination on the basis of any civil liberty or right. Our Constitution shaped that of the nation and was the first to claim everyone equal. This needs to include medical decisions and the individuals and families that make them for themselves and their own bodies. Not one medical intervention, food, environmental component, decision, way of life is applicable to every citizen of the world. Our bodies are all unique, and we have the ultimate arbitrators of what we put into them. The beliefs and cultures we follow. Mass BPA and Governor Baker, we ask you end this discrimination, unnecessary overreach of government today. At the live feed of the helicopter above, and there's a lot of angry faces. And it literally blows my mind. If you want to go get the flu shot, go get the flu shot. Do not use our children as pawns and dangle a carrot of education. It blows my mind. You want it that much, you go and get it, but you don't coerce parents and tell them that for their children to get an education that they have to go and get a flu shot. We will not comply. You have to get that in your head. We will not comply. 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 It is so easy to just run and go and look for the easy answer, but this isn't easy. This is a bigger fight than you can imagine. And we have to come together and we have to fight it. We have to. Alright, so I'm very honored. I've got a very dapper young chap over here. Mr. Kevin Jenkins of the Urban Global Health Alliance.
I want everybody to take a deep breath. Can you do that for me? Take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. You know why I tell you that? Because that's God-given right for you to breathe free. The second thing I want you to do for me is I want you to be human, because I know it's been difficult for you to be human. I want you to hug each other, shake each other's hand, and know, if you let me see that, I know that humanity is still alive. Can you hug each other? Can you please hug each other all the way back there? Hug each other, please, all the way back there. Hug. Show the world that we are human. Show the world that we are not mice. Show the world that we're not sheep. So thank you. So now everybody knows in the world, in Boston, the house where patriots live, the house where real humans live, that we understand what this is all about. As a Black American male living in this country, I know what it is to fight for our freedom. I know what it is to fight for everything that my family built in their lifetime. And guess what? So do you. So do you. Immigrant story, personal story, personal struggles. We're all in the same boat. Now, we might be out here on different boats, but today we're all in the same boat. That's right. I want you to understand that. They are trying to separate us in this country. They're trying to keep us not focused on the truth. They are. Now, Allison, Candace, they all came up here and told you all of the facts. They told you everything. 81%. What are we talking about here? A flu? What are we talking about? A mortality rate, okay, of 0.1, 0.3. A recovery rate of 99.9%. That's the truth. That is the truth. Now, every day you get up, they say you can't go outside, but they did that to the healthy. They want to hide what they did to our senior citizens. They don't want to talk about that homicide, that malpractice. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. Here's what they really want to mandate. They want to mandate your soul. They want to mandate your freedom. They want to mandate your body. They want to mandate everything. So when you go outside, after they microchip, after they change your DNA, after they take everything from you, your small business, take away your ability to serve God and see God's face. Guess what? That's the mandatory thing that they want to do to you. Right? That's mandatory. It ain't because of your health. It's because they want to control your body. They want to monetize you and they want to keep you with fear. Now, there's one word as I was running the talk back here, and I noticed everywhere I walk in this town, they say something about freedom. Freedom. You know what it smells, guys? Smell it. It's freedom. I know what it is to be free. I know what it is to be a group, not a group thinker, but a single thinker. Are you linked out there? Are you money? Are you human? Do you want your freedom? You believe these mandates are not about your health, but about your body, controlling your body? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in God? If you believe in God, why are you living in fear? Hey! Why are you living in fear? We have to cast out fear. We have to open up our hearts to all of us. All of us. Open up your hearts today. Don't look at each other's screens. I was walking the park today. I looked at the young lady. I put up an animal or something. She couldn't even look me in my eyes, and guess what they want? They want you to disconnect us from understanding who we are as human beings. Now, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to leave. I'm traveling all around this country. I just came back to speaking in front of CDC, the flip-flop of CDC. I was in California with the Patriots fighters that opened up their businesses, opened up California. I'm going down to Virginia. I'm going down to free Virginia. I'm going to be fighting to make sure they don't make flu shots mandatory. Y'all see what happened in Germany yesterday? See what happened in London yesterday? See what happened in New York yesterday? Let me tell you the difference. They found their soul. Find your soul. Find your soul. Love your children. It's about your children. It's not about this person. It's about who we are as human beings. Now, I want to send a message to the house. Can we do this together? Yeah. 1 minute, I want you to do me one thing. All right? I want you to say, freedom! 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 That is love in action, and guess what? That's what freedom does. It frees you to take action. God bless you. Where's Sarge? Come on up. I have a new family. I love these women. Now, you know, when I'm home, they say, well, Kevin, you have all these women that love you. I said, that makes them safe. I get it because I love them too. Because they have more courage than a lot of men I know in this world. Yeah. These people here have taught me so much. But you know what they taught me? That it is all right to love someone. And it's all right to hug someone. And it's all right to believe in something. And these women here believe in something. They believe in God, they believe in family, they believe in nations. And one thing I love about them, they believe in hope. Okay? And I want to tell everybody, this is my family, and if you mess with them, I'm coming back to Boston. Let's get this party started. Now, Baker, you recognize those are the real gangsters up there. Man, they changed their laws to suit their own. They fuck you and I. Man, if you're gonna fuck me, choose some flipping. We are the people. We set the tone right here in Massachusetts. Freedom, 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 yeah, freedom. I got a telephone in my bosom, and I can call it from my heart. I got a telephone in my bosom, and I can call it from my heart. When I need my brother, father, sister, mother, brother, yeah, 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 yeah. Come on now. Hey, did y'all get the word? The word is through you. But no more. Good morning, America. How are you? Don't you know I'm the nation? I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I be gone miles when the day is done. I be gone 100 miles when the day is done. Poor black men picking pennies in the corner, and no one's keeping score. I say, good morning, America, how are you? Don't you know I'm the native son? I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done.
Yeah, 500 miles.
There's too many crying.
I'll do it like that guy.
War's not the answer. There's too many of you dying. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, take it back, marvelous. For you to see, marvelous. Talk to me, marvelous. For you to see, oh, what's going on? I tell you what's going on. You tell me what's going on. I said, right on, brother. Right on.
Thank you. That's some singing from the heart right there. Okay, we're going to keep moving along.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going
Right,
on?
so next speaker is Selectman Jonathan Anderson.
What's going on?
First of all, I'm a parent of two beautiful children. I've been serving my town for 18 years.
What town?
Sutton.
Lucky
In that time I've been serving the town, I've learned a lot of things about municipal government. Number one is transparency and input from the public. Without those two things, you have nothing as a government leader.
That's right.
You just have your own point of view.
You're tyranny.
When I heard about this new mandate, I felt I had to do something.
Thank you.
I have never gone to a protest or anything in my entire life. But I felt this is enough. I'm here today because I believe that there's a serious overreach by our government. There's some serious questions that I have that I worked through in my own mind trying to understand why they would do this. There's 6 main things that I've been kind of working through and trying to understand. Number one, is this even constitutional? Well, the courts will decide that. We all know it's not. Number two is where's the transparency that I was just talking about?
There wasn't any.
I haven't seen one bit of transparency in this or input from us.
That's right. All lies. All lies and BS.
Number three is the efficacy of the vaccine itself.
More lies. More lies.
From year to year, it varies from 40 to 60% of the population is effective. So if I do the calculation in my head, let's say last year was 45%. That means 55% of the people who got the vaccine got the virus.
That's right.
It's the flu. Think about that. We don't think about it that way. We think about it from the standpoint of, oh great, 45% of people didn't get it. 55% of the people got it.
Didn't work. Depopulation's on the agenda. Didn't work.
Why are we celebrating this?
Why celebrate a failure?
82% of Massachusetts parents have made their choice to vaccinate their kids. I support that choice.
That's their choice.
That's their choice.
That's my choice. That's their choice.
That means there's 18% of us who decided not to. So if I try to do the math in my head, and I go, okay, so that's 18%. And the whole reason why we're here today is because the government is worried that we're going to overwhelm the hospitals with both flu and COVID.
That's right.
Okay? We're down 18% of the population of our, have gotten it. So, doing the math. Out of our children, how many of them are actually going to catch the flu? Out of those 18%. Doing the math again. How many of them are actually going to be hospitalized? The numbers are probably pretty marginal if you ask me. So we're doing all this. Move the needle just a little bit. It just makes no sense to me.
They only care about math with a dollar sign. Power, money, safety equals control.
The question I have is,
It's about their 401k.
also, I saw a study from the Pentagon. Getting the virus, getting the flu vaccine increases your likelihood of catching the COVID virus by 36%. So it seems like to me the odds are going the other way. Another thing that I'm worried about too is if this is so effective,
Why don't they have the teachers get it and the principals?
We have plenty of stories, personal stories here about people who have been harmed.
Watch them skin. They come in your
There's plenty of data out there showing the
They come
dangers,
in your home,
but
they
try to
rape
find it.
your
It's very hard to
children.
find.
They
It's
lie
not,
in your
it's
face.
not talked about in the
Let's
media
say
at all.
nothing else. They beat your kids with pornography.
It's just glossed over. It's just the casualty of it all. If we're so worried about saving every life, why are we not worried about saving life from the vaccine? And then there's this intense pressure to vaccinate. What does that cause? I think that makes our doctors and our medical professionals really afraid to speak out when there is harm and injury. Or try getting a medical pass on having to have a vaccine exemption. They're impossible. Your doctor does not want to speak out. So with all these pressures, it's no different than when we were 18 years old, we were getting peer pressure. They're so afraid to speak out.
They get a kickback from Big Pharma. Kickbacks are right. That's what it is.
And then number 6 is this, to me, is a path towards forced vaccinations with COVID. They've been trying for 20 years to create a vaccine for coronavirus. And now we're going to jam this through in a few months. We're having problems with safety on vaccines that have been out for a long time.
No liability either.
Yeah, no liability. That's a big one.
The thing is, in times of crisis, we have 2 paths we can go. We can use crisis to our advantage and to transform all of the government and industries that are absolutely collapsing. We have an opportunity to transform the way we do things. Because we have the reason and the urgency to do it. The other path we have is to use it for our own agenda and use fear as a tool to get things through that we feel we want. This is the problem why I have with the breakdown of transparency and public input. Because that gives you a higher perspective on the bigger picture. The problem is when you think you're an expert, you become laser focused on your end goal. And the more expertise you have, the more bias that you carry. And the less likely you are to hear opposing points of view. This is why transparency is so important. Because you go out there and you understand from the people what their needs are and understand with empathy the bigger picture. And when you fail to do that, you are passing your agenda forward. And this one-size-fits-all type of government is not a free government. It's time for us to take a stand here. We cannot go any further. This is ground zero. What happens in Massachusetts will happen nationwide. We have to stop it here.
It stops here.
Don't take my word for it. Take all these points that I talked about and go out and do your own research. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but talk to your friends and family and get them to understand this. This is about informed consent.
That's right. That's right. We're not stupid.
Medical choice.
We're not stupid. You're not stupid.
This is about a conversation between my doctor and myself in making the right decisions for my children.
Nanny state. Nanny state. Nanny state.
Not someone with an agenda who wants to get That's what I ask you to do, is to spread this word and get people thinking about, and use the data against them. It's all out there. We just get overwhelmed by it because they're sending us in so many different directions. We have to stop being fearful. We have to step into the possibility.
No fear here! No fear!
We need to work together and collaborate to create a better future. The only choice that we have. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming today, for standing with us, the people, and speaking the truth. Thank you.
Thank you!
Yesterday brought up a really important point, experts. And so with that, we're going to bring up some experts. First of all, I'm going to bring along Erin McDermott. I call her the pediatric pitbull. Thank you everybody for showing up today. You are all amazing. I come to you as a registered nurse in the state of Massachusetts for 23 years. I have worked more than half of my career as a pediatric nurse. I've been at Mass General and Children's Hospital Boston for many years. You want to know something? What I've learned a lot about? Louder! Louder? I have witnessed the undeniable bond between a mother, and I'm going to include fathers in here, their child. It is undeniable. Innate, physical, energetic, cellular, unconditional. They are literally a part of you. They have the innate desire to provide food, warmth, comfort, and protection. And let me tell you, if the government officials want to come in between that bond, good luck! It cannot be broken down, it cannot be torn apart, it will be defended like a warrior until death. The parent is willing to stand up, to fight, to rise up, and to resist harm to their child. I want to take you through the administration of a medication to a pediatric patient, what it's like. When you're a nurse and you have to administer a medication, it's called the 5 rights. You have to know the right dose, the right drug, to the right at the right time, to the right route, to the right patient. There's a double check that takes place in the pharmacist. There's a double check that takes place on the nurse's floor. 4 people have checked that med before it gets to the patient. And then the nurse is confident and competent, knowing that this is a safe drug I can give, and there's not going to cause harm. What happens with the flu shot? The same drug to the same dose to the entire population. And you expect the same results?
Insanity!
No! Every single drug that we give children is weight-based. I don't care if it's Tylenol, ibuprofen.
Okay, well, I had a good day. A lot of interesting people, a lot of interesting stuff going on at this no mandatory rally. No mandatory flu shots. Our kids, our choice. Mandatory vaccines is government overreach. Even some anti-Bill Gates signs. People are angry. I don't know how big this is going to get. Local news crews are here. They're covering things. And it's a pretty decent crowd for a random rally on Boston Commons. I think I've got enough footage for today. I'm not going to worry about getting any more footage because at this point it's all looking kind of redundant. it's all beginning to sound redundant. And hopefully things turn out right for people. Hopefully people are satisfied with what they're asking for, what they're protesting for. Oh well. This is Joe Great from Alden Talks. Checking out some of the shirtless guys flexing out here on the commons today. What else am I going to say? You know, it's like, it's interesting. People are going to have to form their own judgment about what's going on. A lot of random sites, a lot of random images, lots of random stuff going on. Malden Talks, Sunday, August 30th, 2020. Signing off.